What's up guys, Winterkloudz here, back again with another Shindo live video. Now before getting today's video, go ahead, give your boy a like, subscribe to this video, and give me some honest feedback of what you think about this one. Today we're going to be doing another tier list video. We're going to be ranking every single I bloodline slash, Genkai that has to do with visual prowess. And we're going to be putting them in a tier list from worst to best. I seen how well the last one did, so I thought, why not do another tier list while we're waiting on this huge update that's about to release for Shindo Life, update 0.30. Here's a code up right here, but without further ado, let's hop right into the tier list. Alright guys, so you guys see we have the tier list right here. We have all I Dojutsu slash I bloodlines in this game. There are only 11 of them. Now before I get into start ranking them, I just want to say guys, it's just, keep in mind, this is just my opinion. I remember my last tier list I made, a lot of people disagree with me, which is completely fine. There was a couple hate comments, but just try to keep that to a minimum guys. If you feel differently, just tell me what you guys would do in the comments instead. I'm always interested to see different people's opinions and takes on a certain subject. With that said though guys, I did a bit of research before I decided to make this tier list, a bit of knowledge and PvP going against some things in the game to get a general feel for how I generally feel how good these things are. I asked some people, so it's kind of like, this is like my research project, this is the result of what I've learned so far. Starting out, we're gonna get the easy one out the way, Kitsuryugan. This is an easy C tier for me. This one's pretty bad, to be honest. I don't even think any of these other ones are bad, but comparatively this one's bad. So we're gonna put that C tier as like the low bar to hype up all the rest of the bloodlines on this. So that's an easy C tier for that one. I feel like I don't really need much explanation for that. It just doesn't really have anything really outstanding. Everything else on this tier list kind of outperforms that in every way. The damage isn't really good, doesn't really have any good like stuns, it's not really good for combos, so obviously that explains that placement right there. Okay, in my last video, a lot of people told me that I was sleeping on Obito, and it's kind of facts. I decided to kind of experiment with Obito a little bit, go against some of my friends who use it, and I realized that Obito is actually a lot better than what I thought it was. What I based that tier list off of was all my experiences going against runners who didn't really show me anything that Obito could be used for. Like, now I know Obito can be used for infinite combos and all other types of combos. It's actually kind of, sleeper, right? I didn't acknowledge in that video, I'm acknowledging it now. But that's because last video, I didn't go against anyone who showed me that Obito could be good. I tried to research and they just showed me that it wasn't good, but my opinion has changed. We're putting it in A tier. That's a solid bloodline right there. That's a solid bloodline right there. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Pretty much explained my placements right there. Has infinite combo potential, really good combo potential, and the fact that you could run. Obviously, I don't respect you if you use this to run, but it's there. Next up on the list, let's see. I'm going to choose Biakugan. I'm going to put that in B tier. It's B tier because it is still pretty good, even though it's not on golden Biakugan level. It's still pretty good damage, good for combo potential. 64 palms is also pretty good in PvP. Air palm is also relatively good. So, the damage output is there. The mode's actually not half bad either, especially in the second stage of the mode. So it's got a decent C spec, if I remember correctly, or Q spec. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have both regular and golden Biakugan. I've used them both, and I got decent results with them. So I feel pretty confident putting this in B tier. So let me know if you guys disagree with that or agree. Hopping into the next one, we are going to Akuma. Now this one, in my last video, it was right after the hype, right? I was hyped for my favorite Akuma, which is still my favorite Akuma, but it is definitely not as good as I thought it was. That was about like a month ago almost. and obviously the hype has died down over this new bloodline, or I guess old bloodline now. Clearly we see it's not as good as I thought it was. It's still a good bloodline nonetheless, but compared to the rest of the bunch, honestly, it just feels like it's missing something. I'm not gonna put it in C tier. It's still gonna go in a solid B tier, but I don't know. It's not. It just feels like it's missing something. That's the best way I could put it. Honestly, that's really the best way I could put it. It's missing something. Now let's do another easy pick. Tengoku, obviously straight up S tier. Do I even really need to explain? You know, everything about Tengoku is just insane, right? Insane for PvP, insane for combos. I mean, like, basically Tengoku is just baby mode, you know, easy mode. You give anyone Tengoku and they're just guaranteed to do decent, you know what I'm saying? I've told a lot of people this. I don't like Tengoku, but you gotta admit, it's a really good bloodline. Too good. I mean, for the rarity it is, it's 1 out of 150. It should be like 1 out of 3, 1 out of 400. You know, it should be on the Kage spec level, right? But that's all I'm gonna say on that. Next, let's go into Shisui. Now, Shisui, I heard, got a hefty buff to its third move, Kodo Matsukami, which was one of the only reasons that I thought Shisui was on the S tier level before, was because Kodo Matsukami, you know, so spammable, really good, and, you know, it's just insane damage. People are saying that it got a recent buff. When I went against it before this video, you know, my testing phase, I still thought it was pretty decent, but I do notice the difference that people are talking about. Some people are saying it's just straight up dead now. I don't think so, which is why I'm still gonna put it. This may be a hard pick. I'm gonna still put it in A tier. I still think it's still really good. You know, the auto dodge is pretty good. You know, Kodo Matsukami is still good. It's not bad, but I just don't think it's S tier no more, in my opinion. It definitely has gone down a level or two compared to what I had it as before. But I'm still confident that it's still a good bloodline. Now keep in mind, guys, even though this one made it to C tier and these ones made it to B tier, these are still all really good bloodlines. So keep that in mind. If you get any of these, well, except Katsurugan, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's trash. But any one of these other ones, if you get any of them, you know, maybe you don't have a Genkai bag, don't spend. You know, they're actually all really good. You can use these in your own way if you're good enough with them, right? Any one of these in the right hands is good. That said, let's get into Rengoku. I don't know. I haven't seen much about Rinnegan. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I do know it's pretty good, but basically a lot of the people that I've asked about it personally, since I haven't seen much of it, they say it's missing something, and they say it's just not as good as some of the other ones like Tengoku and, you know, all that other stuff. But I think I'm gonna put it in A tier. I feel comfortable putting it in A tier. I know it's good, you know, Chibaku Tensei and Universal Pull, Planetary Devastation, right? So it's all good. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. I haven't seen much of it, but this is just based off of what other people told me, and you guys can kind of understand my mindset now. So if I personally don't have any knowledge based off of it, I'm gonna go based off of what other people have told me. So if someone tells me it's good or really good, then obviously I'm gonna place it higher or lower depending on what they tell me, if I don't know anything about it. With that said, Sengoku, another easy S tier. Literally insane. Like, honestly, I feel like it doesn't need much explanation either. Just like Tengoku is broken, right? Really good bloodline. Honestly, if you get it, use it. Obviously, you're gonna use it, but if you get that bloodline, I mean, like, let's be real, you got a lot of power in your hands. Okay, let's go into regular Kuma. I'm gonna put that in B tier. Kind of nothing really changed in my opinion since the last tier list. Pretty much, it is a decent. Well, it's good. It's a good Akuma. Has a good Genjutsu. You know, has a good Susanoo mode. Pretty good damage output and combo potential. Really good for that. Golden Biakugan is next. I'm not gonna place this in S tier because everybody knows that Golden Biakugan is definitely not one of the best bloodlines in the game. However, it is 100% not bad either. Easy A tier, in my opinion. Easy A tier. It just basically does everything regular Biakugan does, except better. So honestly, that's a no-brainer for me. You know, everything I explained about Biakugan applies for this as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm confident with that placement. And last but not least, guys, we got Bankai Kuma. Now, Bankai Kuma has been such a good bloodline, specifically Akuma, since it came out. It hasn't had any buffs or nerfs to my knowledge. Amaterasu is really good. You know, the Genjutsu is really good, and even the first move is really good. The C-Spec is good as well. And the fact that it pairs so well with so many other bloodlines. I mean, this is one of the best bloodlines to pair with other bloodlines. You know, Amaterasu and the Genjutsu. It just pairs well with so many other bloodlines. I have to put this in S tier. Now, there is one thing that I would change about this bloodline. I mean, not bloodline, tier list. I would probably put Obito in S tier if I still just seen a little bit more from it. Obviously, I've been enlightened. You know, it's better than I thought it was before. But I still don't know if it's enough to be S tier. Maybe I'm hyping up Bankai Kuma too much, but everything I've seen from Bankai Kuma is just amazing in my opinion. And honestly, it's one of the best Akumas in my opinion. I used to think that Satori or Shisui was, but apparently it got this nerf, which I noticed. It was evident to me, but it's still not trash. Anyways, I don't want to ramble on too long, guys. We got the tier list done. This is the final tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to do more of these kinds of tier lists, then stay tuned. We're just waiting for this new 0.30 update of Shindo Life. Honestly, if y'all see my last video, the sneak peek, it's some insane stuff coming, and I cannot wait for it to come out to upload some videos for you guys on that. But with that said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.